talk. Okay, the big question I got, Michelle, are you going to go work as PR for the Sheriff's Department now?
You know, that, I don't know where that came from. Good morning,
that was
everybody.
Funny. Good morning, Michele Goddard.
Thank you so much.
It's so good to have you in the studio.
Here. I'm here to represent the television station.
All right.
Clear up a couple of things. No, of course not. Yeah, I'm not qualified for that job.
No.
I'm really not. I wouldn't even know how to be a PIO for, you know, I have some suggestions, of course. I'm always happy
Don't
to
we
give
all?
suggestions. But, you know, that's the kind of stuff that's absolutely ludicrous.
All right, before we take any calls for Michelle, because I know there's people waiting, let's first off talk about what happened, what the problem is, and what folks are accusing the station of, because it's not true.
Well, what we did was we developed a story, and I brought my black book.
I noticed, yes,
it's
little
a
black
big
book.
Black book where I log all of the phone calls that I receive and all of the feedback that I receive. This started immediately after the election, October 20th, where I received, in particular, one phone call, but then it began. And then Herman Walters and I spoke about the possibility of employees within the Rapides+parish Sheriff's Department being intimidated and forced to support Mike+slocum. And we went very carefully. As a matter of fact, I mentioned to you that we approached the story as if we were going to get sued.
Right.
Because we knew how important it was. Nobody in this area has ever taken on the Rapides+parish Sheriff's Department.
That's true.
And we actually didn't go out to do that. We wanted people to have a choice. Anybody, whether you work for the Sheriff's Department or you're a family member, you've got to be able to, in a free society, have a choice.
I agree.
So I partnered with Les Goldman, my boss, immediately, knowing how very challenging this is. I took it over myself because I've been a news reporter for 15 years in this central Louisiana area, and we went forward. We're being accused of having made up the story, made up the people.
We had the calls here on the air as well. I mean, we've had them, even before it broke on the TV, we were getting those kinds of calls. We just always sort of pushed them off because, you know, we're not here to get sued. But you guys do investigative reporting, or you should be.
Yeah.
And I think I'm glad to see you guys starting to do investigative reporting. And that's a tough thing because you're always putting your neck out on the line when you do investigative reporting.
Well, a lot of people have asked why News Channel 5 doesn't do more investigative reporting. And, you know, you have to have a lot of years under your belt.
Oh, yeah.
And you've really got to be able to hold on.
And you got to be able to prove it in court because it usually will end up in there one way or the other.
But I think one of the really important things to mention here is that as we began to develop the interviews, so these are human
so you actually did interview the people.
I did the interviews myself. I shot them because so many of these folks are so fearful.
Yeah.
You know. Now let me clear another thing up. I know you're going to ask it. No, I don't work for the Wagner campaign. That's absolutely ridiculous.
It was funny.
I don't have a sign in my yard. I don't know one journalist in the central Louisiana area, whether it's KLAX, the Town Talk, KALB, KSYL, that would be stupid enough to put a sign in their yard or attend any fundraiser. That is
the only sign I got in my yard is for sale right now. That's about it. It's the only thing I got in my yard. To me, it was funny. I wish we could have been like Rush and had a webcam in the studio, because when that caller called up the other day and Chuck+wagner was in the studio here and asked that question, the look on his face was priceless.
What question?
The one that, if you were going to come and work for his campaign.
I bet he was like, that's news to me. You know, we really don't even, I know Mike+slocum much better than I know Chuck+wagner.
And I like both of the guys. I like them a lot.
Listen, he has done just an absolutely terrific job communicating with the media up until this election. And I think Central Louisiana deserves a sheriff's department that communicates with its media in an open way. And I'm certainly...
Because there's been little to none up until this point.
No, you know what? Actually, Sheriff Hilton has been very good.
TV. You have an edge because people like to see themselves on TV.
Well,
you can almost
we
get
say
anybody.
that about the Town Talk, though, is that they have an edge because people will just pick up the phone and call them, and they have a later deadline. But I think Sheriff Hilton has had an excellent relationship with News Channel 5 and with the media. But I'll say this. I was very taken aback when candidate Slocum said to me that when he wins, and he will win, that my news department, our television station would be communicating with him through his attorney. And sure enough, that's how we're communicating.
Did he also